What's up, guys? It is Saturday morning. I'm going to the beach today on vacation, so wanted to get out and put up a couple of cameras and make over some mock scrapes. However, Hurricane Debbie just rolled through North Carolina, and the public land that I went to a couple weeks ago was flooded. At least it's flooded for sure where I had my other cameras, so I'm not gonna get to go back out there this week. Hopefully I can, maybe I can get out there next weekend, but probably gonna have to take another day off from work to get out there and put up some more cameras. So we're out at some private land that I hunted once last year. I'm trying to get a bit of an bead on some deer. Looks like some people have been building up the campground out here, so it's kind of interesting. I'll have to figure out who that is, but I've still got 2 or 3 cameras out here from last year that I've just been soaking, so I'm gonna pick those up. I'm gonna check on a couple things, and then the big reason I wanted to come to this specific spot this morning is they clear cut all along kind of like that edge and then behind, and there's a really big drainage that runs into the property on the back of this property. So I'm going to push back there to that drainage, like where it meets this property, and put a camera there, probably put a mock scrape down and see what's coming in and out, and see if they're using that drainage to get in and out of here. So we'll see, and I don't know, just trying to put the pieces together. Definitely getting a late start, so we'll be doing this probably all season, but can't find them if you don't look for them. So let's get after it. Talk to you guys soon. So behind me is a clear cut. I'm on the property edge right now. It's pretty clear cut, as you can see. It was a forest, looked just like this about our last year. So they came in and took everything, but you can see behind me those trees that are still there. That's the drainage. It's on the private next to me, but that's the drainage that I'm going to put a camera on the edge of, or on where it meets the property is my goal to get back there. It gets pretty thick in there, but I think we can get there and put a camera up and see what comes in and out of the property using that. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to definitely be a different year out here than it was last year. I didn't really hunt here last year, but the family that owns the property hunted a ton before they moved, so they know the property really well. We'll see how it does this year. I'm going to have to probably scout it via cameras and the other folks that hunt out here. Let's keep going. I've just been kind of walking fast to get back here. Don't have as much time as I would like, but cameras aren't really doing me any good in my backpack. Put them up, and it's easy to get here and easy to find cameras, so I'll come get them after church next weekend if I have to. Move them around. Well, I guess the good news is I just bumped a couple of deer off of this edge somewhere. I don't really know where they were. It gets really thick kind of in behind there, but they ran towards that drainage. The bad news is this property doesn't go back as far as it looked like on the map, so it doesn't get to where the that drainage, which I think is a small creek, meets this property. It meets the neighboring property. So I'm gonna walk this edge kind of down here, and like you can kind of maybe see a deer trail here. I'm gonna walk this edge and see if there's anywhere where it looks like they're coming in and out a ton, and put a camera there. But deer are still using this. This is kind of a bottom in here, where you can't see the houses on the other side, so they must feel pretty safe in here. It'd be nice if we could hunt this, but I'm not sure. So maybe I'll make some phone calls and see if I can at least get access to like shoot into there, because you could set up in any of these trees on this edge and with a bow shoot most of the way across that little opening over there behind the camera. But yeah, we'll see if we can find anything, and if we do, I'll let you know. If not, we'll do a recap on my drive home. Just trying to find puzzle pieces so I can put them together at this point. Later. Alright, so we're about 50 yards in from the edge of the clear cut, and it's super thick in between me and that clear cut. The drainage I wanted to get to is back behind me. This is an opening that the landowner opened up for a couple extra food plots. We've talked about putting them back in, but none of us really have the time to put in like we need to. So we're just gonna hope for the best this year. But I think this is my best bet for where to put a camera. The drainage behind me will filter the deer in to the neighboring property, and then I really don't know where they're gonna go from there. I can't get back there. So I'm gonna put a camera kind of, if you can see behind me, hold on, let me get my screen back up. All right. So in behind me, like right there-ish. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Right there, somewhere in there. I can't see it very well with my front screen. Is a pretty good runway coming out of the really thick stuff. It's really beaten down, and then it's got a lot of browsing pressure. So I'm going to put a camera up over that, and I may put down a mock scrape somewhere in here and try to get the camera to be able to see that too, but I'm not sure that I'm going to do that just yet. So we'll see. Once I figure out where the camera is going to go and what the setup's going to be, I'll bring you guys back and talk about it. So as I was standing here trying to figure out where to put this camera, I noticed, I think you can see it, this little tree behind me. It was rubbed pretty good down at the bottom. Tons of stuff's broken off. And it doesn't look old enough to be from last year. So, yeah, this is still green. So there's probably a good buck in here that was using this to get rid of some of the velvet, maybe? I don't really know. I don't know why he'd be rubbing this early. It's the beginning of August. I don't know that I think it's the middle of August almost. I don't know. Put a camera up and see. That's all we can do. Alright, we got the setup. So back behind me, I think like right there-ish is the trail. There's another pretty good trail back behind me over here. Straight behind me is south. So all the trees on this side, I really didn't want to put a camera there just because of the sun. Probably the tree I wanted the camera would have been facing southeast, so in the morning you wouldn't have been able to see anything, especially with that clear cut right there. So what I did was put down a mock scrape behind me right there, and then over here on that tree right there, I've got my Moultrie Edge cell camera. So yeah, I'm trying out the DH3 synthetic or the DH3 scrape system. So it comes with a synthetic urine and then a branch catalyst. So I put it on both. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I haven't used it before, but I think this is a pretty good candidate for testing it out. So we'll see. My camera's already connected. I turned it on before I walked over, so probably it was less than a minute and it's connected. So love these Moultrie cameras. They're just super easy. Set them up at home, bring them out, turn them on, and you're ready to roll. It's taking a picture of me as we speak. They hold 16 batteries. They've got built-in multiple SIM capability, so it connects to all 4 of the major cell networks, and then the best one is what it connects to. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. And then so you can always have the best service. So I've got them in a lot of places. I've been using them for over a year now, and I've had one out for like 8 months. I think it just died. I just haven't had a chance to go check it. Oh my gosh, that's a big spider. So I thought that it was a leaf moving on the spider web, but I knew the spider web was too big for it to be a small spider. So let's see if I can. That's as close as I want to get to that thing. But that was my Thermacell for comparison, and the Thermacell, the thing's probably, including its legs, is probably as big as the top of this Thermacell. So that's terrifying. And I'm gonna get out of here because I really don't like spiders, and that's a big one. Holy cow, I need to get a picture of this. Also, just like I suspected, the camera's already connected, and it's already sent me pictures of myself. So I'm gonna check to make sure that's pointed where I want it, and then we'll be good to go. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. You can see me talking and walking towards the camera, so that's pretty funny. All right, got the camera closed. Right. Yep, camera's closed. Scrapes in. Let's mark it on Spartan Forge. Let's head back to the truck. Gotta pick up my 2 cameras I still have out here from last year. Gotta check on something for Andy. That is an absolutely massive spider, and I still cannot get him over. Oh, he's eating another spider. Oh, wait, that's just how big his head is. Ugh, I'm gonna have nightmares about that, almost guaranteed. Alright, let's go home. I think if I get out of here like I can, I think I'm gonna be home in time, which is kind of a miracle, if you ask me. Really, that wouldn't be, there's a double stand right behind me. That wouldn't be a terrible spot as long as that spider's not there. If you hit that spider with your arrow, it probably would shatter your arrow. I'm kind of kidding. So, alright, might want to tell the other guys hunting out here that might be a good spot. I'd probably sneak in from this way anyways if the wind was right. Maybe that tree. I don't know. We'll see what we got, and then we'll figure it out from there. Gotta get some deer on camera before I can start killing them. I guess I don't have to, but I'll probably wait until I see some deer on camera before I go. Actually, Andy, who lives here, he just messaged me. I guess he's awake. He's over, not in the U.S. So he just messaged me and saw the trail camera. So he's pretty pumped. Gosh, I just can't get over that spider. All right, talk to you guys in a bit. So I had a camera up on this tree behind me. I ripped it down before I remembered. I had put a mock scrape on one of these 2 trees. I can't tell which one. Probably that one, or actually it might have been over there. There's some apple trees right down here behind the camera, and the deer used to filter kind of from those woods through here, through this area, over to some big acorn trees in the neighborhood behind. And I've got a couple of pretty big bucks on camera at like a set of scrapes over here. So just put a normal camera up to see what was moving through here. So it's dead. Don't know how many pictures it took, but when we get home, we'll throw it on the computer and see what we got. One more camera to go, and then time to head home. There's my last camera right over here. It did not work like at all. I got a very small handful of pictures from it, and then it stopped working. It's cheap cell camera. So hopefully there's some pictures saved on it. It just stopped transmitting, but I really don't know. This is one of the scrapes. There's usually a scrape under this tree over here. You can kind of see the licking branch behind me. And then in the past, there have been scrapes kind of all over this area, kind of that tree back there. So putting a camera over here, I was hopeful that I would catch some stuff coming through here, some big deer, but it didn't work. So we'll see what we got on these two cameras, maybe come back out and put up one of my Moultrie Edge cameras and see what we can see. Otherwise, if there's nothing on here, probably won't come back out. I think especially now that there's that clear cut, man, I'm sorry, I'm missing you guys. I'm only half paying attention. I think now that there's that clear cut back behind me, they're gonna be skirting closer to the center of this property instead of along the edge between the two properties. It's just too open over here now. And so I think they'll be kind of going up the middle, which is partially why I wanted the trail camera, that cell camera back in there where I put it, because I think that's going to be one of the main spots that come out to head up through this property to the neighborhood on the other side of the road for dinner. There's a bunch of really big white oaks over there, and they frequent out there a lot. Kind of, oh geez, spider web. Oh, I hate spiders. They frequent out there kind of right after dark. That's when they get there. So they're moving through this property. Sorry, I'm carrying a bunch of stuff, trying to talk, and it's not going so good. Which is, well, I think they move through this property when they do, and how they do, they're going over to those oak trees. But we'll see. I don't really know. This big clear cut on the other side kind of makes it a whole new property, and this one's about as far away as that public land is, but 25 acres versus like, I think there's a couple thousand over at the other place, and it's not super pressured until rifle season. And so I've got a month and a half to run around with like maybe one or two other people while we chase deer. They chase deer, I chase my tail, it seems like. But it's fun, I enjoy it, and I'm thankful you guys seem to at least tolerate what I have to talk about. Hopefully soon we can get on some deer and we can start talking about success stories, but until then, talk about grinding and trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So back at my truck, pack up, head home. Talk to you guys later.